It's Saturday morning, and that means, what does it mean? It means it's yet another episode of Q&A, number 47. I'm going to start with the thing we suggested last year with OK Google. And OK Google, can you give me a fact about bananas?
Wikipedia says that strawberries aren't actually berries, but bananas and tomatoes are.
Well, there you go. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Thank you very much indeed for Google for assisting me on this wonderful, wonderful day. Right, we're going to start off with Rick Romanelli. He said, great episode, Nick. Thank you very much. What is the strangest gig you've ever played? For example, in my 20s, our band had a regular gig at a nudist camp. Well, I can honestly say I've never played in a nudist camp, although I was offered a job here a couple of years ago, or actually a few years ago now, working at a nudist camp in the bar, right? And I thought to myself, it could be dangerous opening and closing them fridges, slam. Oh! I chose strangely not to do it, but I was offered it. But I suppose we used to, when I was with Cosmic John band in England, we used to rehearse in a pole dancing and lap dancing club, which was quite brilliant because we had the back room and we'd come out to get a drink and there was naked women everywhere. And I thought, this is really rock and roll. As for really weird places, I don't think I've ever. I suppose we did play outside once at a classic car festival. Well, it wasn't even a festival. It was just a few guys sort of driving their classic cars about, and we did a gig for them up near Heathrow Airport, which was a bit strange. And I remember thinking at the time, well, they paid us actually good money to do this. I thought it was weird, but hey, it was a good gig. But I could imagine playing in a nudist camp. That must have been weird. Quite fun as well if you're in your 20s. You never know. Jelly King Pow says, we all know about animal rights. Folks saying gorillas and dogs and pigs should be recognised as living, sentient beings with their own rights. Fair enough, I guess. I see what they're getting at. But have you heard about this new movement to recognise bass players as human? What is the world coming to? Well, now there's the thing, you see, because I identify as a bass player nowadays. And, yeah, I Glenn Fricker, I respect the sounds. He gives bass players a hard time. I've got a bass players do it worse t-shirt, which I bought from Spectre Sound. Fuck you, Glenn. Cheddar. It's intriguing a lot because I'm a guitarist and a bassist. I see the bass is a very different instrument, and it is this engine room thing about playing the bass, and I actually really love it. It's something that I didn't ever anticipate myself doing years ago, but I think they get a hard rap. But I like, but there are some bassists who really deserve this title though, because some of them are appalling. I've actually come across years ago. I knew this guy, and theory. He was fantastic. He could tell you anything you like about the theory of bass playing, or guitar playing, music, and what have you, but he couldn't play for shit. And it was a very strange situation. Nice guy, but he would admit himself he couldn't play. But there you go. Paul's Country. He says, man, I bet you have the best cheese in the world. Question for Saturday, what's your favourite cheese? And in what form do you eat it? Camembert. I love camembert. I love, nice runny camembert. And it's best drunk with a bottle of wine. Last night, for instance, we had this, which is a 1997, so it's over 20 years old, Burgundy, which I was gifted some years ago. And I thought, last night it was time to drink that. And with cheese, oh, man, that were good. Probably it's actually worth about $150, $200. That was. What is the world coming to? I was feeling frivolous last night, and so that's what I like. There is a problem with our fridge at the moment because we've got quite a lot of smelly cheese in there, and you open the fridge door and it hits you. It's like a cricket bat to the back of the head. Smack! Oh man, that bad. And it's because our Dutch friends left us some very smelly cheese, and I thought it was very nice of them. But oh man, you open the fridge and it smells like somebody, sort of a pair of old trainers, It's horrible, but yeah, it's okay. I've got itchy nose. It's what it is. It's these hairs. Maybe I'll have a haircut. What do you think? Should I have a haircut, or shall I shall I at some point actually come on here with no wig, no hat, no nothing? I don't know. Well, what do I think? Joey G said. He said, "What do you think of bedroom guitarists?" Well, okay. I got in touch with him and I asked him, what does he mean? And what he's saying, he's never gigged before and he's in his 40s and he plays guitar in his bedroom and would like to play in a band but doesn't consider himself good enough. Well, the oddest thing is, he's far better than I am at guitar. And but it depends, a lot of people are really happy just playing at home to tracks, backing tracks and doing their own backing tracks, whatever. That's how some people are. We're all different. I enjoy playing in a band because deep down I'm a show-off, and I think most musicians are show-offs, and so I like to be out there going and having great fun and enjoying it, and that's why I do it. Because if I didn't show off, I think I'd get fed up. And I played in a band once where they actually discouraged that sort of behaviour. They wanted me to stand there. No, that wasn't going to work, was it? Yeah, didn't last long with them. Never mind. Evil White Clown Punk. He said, did you learn all that stuff from watching videos on Glenn's channel? Back to Spectre Sound again. That's his question, if he can't think of anything better. Well, I never got any further things from you, Evil, so I assume, my friend, that's the one you want me to answer. And yeah, I did. I watched, because when I do a lot of mixing of my own stuff and covers and what have you, all on my own. And yeah, I've learned a lot from, yeah. I think I've eaten about a pound of this stuff now. Anyway, I think, he really has taught me a lot, and he's a great guy, and fuck you, Glenn. So anybody that doesn't watch Spectre Sound, have a go at him. I'm going to put a question to him. I've asked him several questions, and I've never had one read out. I know Evil White Clown Punk has had at least two, because I've seen two. Anyway, so I learned a lot from him. Yes, I did, Evil White Clown Punk. Dale Palmer says, after New Year's Eve event, are you going to write a song, I Kissed a Man, to parody I Kissed a Girl? Ha, 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 ha. Look, if you've seen that video, I mean, I didn't realise until I watched the playback, there was actually two guys snogged me. I think I was so in shock after the first one, right, that I didn't even notice the second one, or was it, I don't know what happened. And I wasn't drinking. All I had was Coca-Cola the whole time and water because I was driving. And with the amount of cops that might be about on New Year's Eve, you don't want to get done, do you? You don't want to get done by the law, picked up by the fuzz. I've been swung round by the tits. It's an old joke. Have you been picked up by the fuzz? No, but I've been swung round by the tits. Yeah, okay. CJ99, now he gave me a question last week, and I rambled on so much about the remake of Magnum P.I., of which I saw a trailer to on the television the other day, and it looks quite good. He got a question, and I never got around to his question. And his question, what's the weirdest guitar you've ever played? Well, it has to be, I had a Hohner headless guitar, and it was beautiful, 6-string, and had a little whammy bar, and it was fabulous. And weirdly enough, it was at this same gig where I played at this classic car thing that we were playing outside and we had a marquee thing. But this guitar was near the edge of the marquee, which was open-sided. Now, we went off for lunch, and of course the sun moved round and beamed for about an hour and a half straight onto that guitar, and the neck twisted. In fact, the drummer, he got his drums as well, because the bass drum of his drum kit actually warped as well, because it was a really, really hot day. That was the weirdest guitar I've ever had and ever played, and unfortunately, when I sort of got it back, I got back, and it was, I always carry a spare guitar, and it was knackered, and a string broke, and a part of the whammy bar system, the bridge itself, fell out, and I never found it, and it was buggered. And that was back in the days where you couldn't just go on the internet and buy yourself spare parts. And I trolled around for ages to try and get it. Couldn't get anything to fix it. And in the end, I gave it away to somebody. Real shame. If I had it now, I'd probably be able to fix it. Hey, that's life. Anyway, thank you for listening. Give me some more questions for next week, boys and girls. Teddy bears and babies. And teddy bears and babies? I can see Sooty. He's over there. Till next week, my friends. Horns up.